It's the sixth stage of the Judiciary report since the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution.
The lunch is. Thank you.
A rare meeting of the three arms of government and the third public meeting of President Kenyatta and the Chief Justice since Kenyatta swearing in 17 days ago. An inauguration that was preceded by a divisive electioneering period that had President Kenyatta threatening to punish the judiciary after the Supreme Court nullified his initial victory in the August 8th election. But today, the two leaders were in agreement to bury the hatchet while defending their independence.
That even though we may not always rule in favor of the government, this does not mean we are enemies. When the government has a good case, there is no reason whatsoever why we should not rule in its favor. But when the government has a bad case, or it bungles in its prosecution or defense, we should not be expected to rule in its favor.
Also ought to accept that criticism comes with the office, whether in the media, in journals, and indeed even from me. Simply just grow a thick skin, CJ. And secondly, consult. Talk to people within the law.
The judiciary priding itself in reducing the case backlog from 1 million in 2010 to just over 300,000 now. Of this, 66,000 cases are between 5 and 10 years old, and the CJ now promises to clear them by the end of next year. To do this, the judiciary hired 28 new judges over the past 1 year to hit 160 judges serving in the High Court, Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court. More High Court stations have also been put up to now stand at 39 spread across 38 counties, the plan being to cover all the counties in the next few years. Despite the efforts, more disputes are finding their way to the courts. Between July 2016 and June this year, over 344,000 cases were filed, putting the workload at over 500,000.
That Your Excellency tells you how the teachers, your people are.
The judiciary struggled financially to expand access of its services and digitization of court proceedings and records.
We need a significant increase in our budget allocation. In this respect, Your Excellency, we will be knocking your door.
I have made a commitment to see how we can work together with Parliament and avail additional resources so that the Court of Appeal can move from here to Upper Hill somewhere. You were saying, sijui ni wapi? Yeah?
And as the year ends, the heads of the three arms of government left with a resolve to better their workings.
A very Merry Christmas and a prosperous and happy 2017. For 2018, you have made my life difficult, so it still looks like the year hasn't ended.
It would appear a positive appraisal by the judiciary of itself, but even as they focus on improving their working conditions for the next 1 year, the ultimate effect will be felt by the court users, the Kenyan public seeking justice. Sam Kituko, Citizen TV at the Supreme Court of Kenya.